Welcome to the Coach Vincent Show here tonight at the Roosters Men's Grooming Center at the Tower Center across from 1890s Ranch. Coach, it's been a week since actually 2 weeks since we talked. We finished a great game against Eastview. People may or may not know, the reason why we took some time off last week was because we had a Vista Ridge family. We're truly a family. Every family that's part of it, either freshman to senior class, was touched about a week ago. Do you want to address that? Or?
Yeah, I was really proud of our community and families, and we postponed the show and also our Mighty Fine highlights to this Monday night because we had a lot of Vista Ridge people that were getting together to support DJ and his family with prayers and with thoughts and cards and just all the support we can give their family right now. DJ, he's a fighter and progresses a little bit every day and is in really good hands.
That's great. And it's one of the things that people realize once they're part of Vista Ridge. It's family, and we take care of each other.
Absolutely.
And so we didn't have to talk about Eastview because we had a bye week, and so here we are now, the week of the Vandergrift game. Let's kind of talk about Eastview and go backwards a little bit. It was a heck of a game for us. And what did I saw a lot of offense, of course, and so let's start with the offense.
Well, I was really proud of the focus of our offense. That was kind of one of the things we talked about going in, and you and I had mentioned the week before that. Just they're two defensive ends, and they're guys up front. Actually, their whole front seven, and our offensive line and our backs and receivers did a great job of blocking those guys and making sure on our run game that we stayed on blocks, and really pleased with our guard and tackle and tight end play, along with Gerasi at center. Those guys just, I thought, did a good job against what I thought was a really good defensive line. And we had some explosives in the game. We knew that would be a key, is if we could get some explosives. So I was really proud of our offense and the amount of focus that they had on their defense. And really the biggest challenge was the defensive line situation, and our O-line handled that really well.
And of course, speaking of defense, our defense is really fun to watch. It's a lot of returners from previous years. And they're really dialed in. If one person is, filling a gap, interrupting in the backfield, there's another person coming around and making sure that, that the running back doesn't get outside. It's really fun to watch. Well, what is it this year, and what do we see in Eastview that's really making it happen? Well,
the biggest thing about the Eastview game is that they run an offense that forces you to make sure that you have great linebacker play on the edge. Tonight we focused on linebacker play at our Mighty Fine highlights, and we were spending a lot of time talking about how our outside linebackers have to do a really good job on the edge. And against Eastview, they did an outstanding job of keeping us a good edge. And then our inside-out players, our linebackers, our safeties, were able to make some really good plays. We did have a defensive lineman that was our MVP this week, which it doesn't happen a lot, but Jay Mobley controlling the line of scrimmage did a really good job. And actually, all three or four of those guys that played D-line, I thought they did a good job up front. And with our defense, it all starts up front, kind of like offense. Those guys have to do a good job, and then your linebackers have to do a good job on their fits, which I felt like our fits were really good. And for the most part, I felt like even in our, when we got them in third and long situations, we were able to pressure the quarterback, and that's one of the things we wanted to be able to do coming in. And so I was really proud of our defense and our offense. Put together pretty consistent play on both sides of the football.
With that said, let's talk about the players of the week.
Yeah, I would like to highlight some players. I know that was a while back and everybody's seen them, but our offensive lineman was split between Trey Widener and Sean Freeman. Our offensive back was Jamil Pittman. Receiver was Ryan Landrum. Our offensive MVP was split between Isaiah Valaire and Matt Snow. Our defensive back was Dalton McKay. Our defensive lineman was Wesley Goldwater. one of our sophomore defensive linemen, continues to get better, doing a good job up front. Our linebackers of the week was split between Zach Bryant and Jeremiah Chambers. We'll get to talk to those guys later. They're here tonight since we were focusing on linebackers. Both those guys continue to get better and had a really good game. Defensive MVP was Jay Mobley. I mentioned him earlier, having a really good game up front. Special Forces MVP was split between R.J. Phillips and Diogo Sharamonte. Hammer Award was Jeremiah Chambers and Blake Harrison. They had the biggest hits in the game. Our RBI for our big blocks this week were Ryan Landrum, Bryce Dahl had 2, Jamil Pittman had 1. And then our hard hats this week from our younger players was Jacob McDonald, Jason Way, Gray Lewis, LJ Salinas, and Gabe Adams. So we had some new ones make it on that group this week, so I was proud of them.
I keep hearing Jacob McDonald every week, though.
I think Jacob has made it every time. I think he's 100%. He's done a really good job. Gonna be a really good inside linebacker in the future and back for us. So really proud of him. And since we're focusing on linebackers, I thought I'd mention linebackers of the week from our other teams. Linebacker of the week on our JV football team was Kelby Davis. Our linebacker of the week for our sophomore football team was Jacob McDonald again. Freshman red football was Dylan Bustos. And from our freshman black football team, it was Jacob Hoffman. So really proud of that. Those younger linebackers that are coming on and making plays on those younger groups also.
That's fantastic, and it's always fun to really recognize those young guys. I mean, because they're doing a lot of work as well during the week.
Playing hard. They're all playing hard. I'm really proud of how hard they're playing.
Talking about playing hard, here we are. Vandegrift, week of Vandegrift, LISD school. First time that we'll be playing one of our own LISD schools this year, and I believe that's correct. Yeah.
We scrimmaged Rouse early on.
That's right.
It was a good scrimmage for us. Yeah.
But it's our first game. Heck of a game last year. Came down to overtime. What do we expect?
Vandegrift, I tell you, they're well coached. They're in the right spots on defense. They play hard on defense. Coach Sanders and his staff does a really good job at knowing your offense and being in the right places. That's the challenge they present defensively. Play hard, run to the football in the right places. A lot of the things that we teach, real similarities as far as that style of just getting to the football. Teaching a lot of guys getting around the football. Offensively, the challenge for our defense is going to be, they're a complete offense as far as just they challenge you between the tackles. You've got a really good running back, an all-state type running back, and a big offensive line up front, and so they challenge you between the tackles. And then they're really good at getting the ball on the perimeter, whether they're running the ball on the perimeter or whether the quarterback's throwing it out to the wide receivers. Got a good receiver quarterback and a quarterback that is operating the offense really well. So they can attack the perimeter, they'll attack down the field. I think their short passing game, just a lot of strengths offensively, can put up a lot of numbers this year. And so, big challenge for our defense. Big challenge for our defense to be in the right gaps and be in the right places. And then they have to tackle well once they get there against an explosive offense like that.
And like you said, it's a well-coached team, disciplined. It's what we're going to see, going forward with any LISD schools. All of our 25-5A schools, I should say.
Typical 25-5A game. Yes, sir. Really good football team. Excited about the challenge and the opportunity. Another big game for us. Our team, we focus on one at a time, and this is another one that gets us closer to our goal, and that's to get a playoff spot. That's the first goal everybody in our district's trying to reach, and so it's the one that we're focused on now and trying to get ourselves prepared for.
Absolutely, and it's at Monroe Stadium this year, so it's home for Vandegrift. Correction.
Yeah.
And so we need a big crowd out there, and we're expecting everybody to come out and visit us out at Vandegrift at 7:30 p.m. at Monroe Stadium.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. Here we are tonight with Jeremiah Chambers, one of the LBs of the week for Eastview, outside linebacker. Tell me about the game with Eastview and how it felt.
It was a great win for us and our team. We came out knowing that they had a good run set for their offense, and knowing that we had to stop the run and play well on the edges as our outside linebackers. We practiced hard, like I said, staying outside and keeping the ball inside, and we did a really good job on defense, and even our offense played well. So, pretty good team.
You guys, I've talked about this every week. I mean, there's just this senior class. It's really fun to watch. I mean, you guys have been playing for a long time. The linebackers, are an example of that. Some of you guys are coming in and out, taking care of each other. Everybody knows their job. Tell me about that and what to expect with Vandegrift.
Our linebackers, like you said, we especially our linebackers, we have great chemistry on our team. We built a brotherhood since about 7th grade, and we've played well together since then. And like you said, we help each other in and out of the game. We have multiple sets of linebackers to come in and play just as well as we can. And so I think we're going to do really well with that, and that'll help us when it comes back to it.
Have to ask. People probably know it, some people don't, but I mean, nickname Juice. Tell me about it.
Well, when I was a baby, I was actually really fat when I was a kid. And so it looked like I had juice in my cheeks. So my mom named me Juice.
So it's stuck?
Yeah, it stuck like that, and then that's how it went.
Well, cool. All right, well, good luck on Friday night against Vandegrift down at Monroe, and make sure everybody gets there, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck. And now Zach Bryant, inside linebacker, linebacker of the week. Tell me about Eastview as well and how it felt. I mean, it was pretty amazing.
Yes, sir. We had a great game plan going in. We had a great week of preparation at practice. All of us just gel together as a core for the linebackers. Speaking for us inside linebackers, we just try to get better every week. And any of us who go in the game, there's no drop off. All of us will play well, and that showed a result for the game against Eastview.
And you see it. I mean, when we're out there, if you're in the stands and you're watching it, I mean, that linebacker core is just the class in general. I've talked about it every week, and it's pretty fun to talk about because if you've followed your class and you've been around Vista Ridge for a while, you guys really do gel. What's exciting you about Vandegrift this week and getting back after a bye week?
Well, they have great athletes like every year. Number 5 especially, that'll be a tough task for us. He's been the guy to watch during practice, during film, all that. We have to stop him. Just been we had the bye week, so we had a great week of preparation. This morning's practice went really well. I feel like we're ready for them.
Those morning practices right now, with how cool it is.
It feels nice.
Feels nice, huh? After this summer.
Yes, sir.
Well, we heard the story about Juice. You have a nickname?
Oh, no.
No?
Really. I mean,
if you do, you're not going to tell us?
I mean, all the coaches, they call me by Bryant, usually. Always pronounce on my last name.
Sure.
So from Little League on up, it's just been Bryant.
Very cool.
Yes, sir.
Before each game, is there something that you have, like a tradition, something that you just really gets you dialed in before each game?
Throughout the week, I'm very superstitious, so I'll do the same thing every day. I got Thursdays for team dinner, I have to sit the same spot. I gotta wear the same type of clothes that day. And I gotta do everything the same. I gotta go to bed at 8:30.
Man, if I could get my kids to go to bed at 8:30, that'd be awesome.
I don't know how I do it. I just have to get sleep before the game.
Well, good. Well, good luck this week, and don't forget, come down to Monroe Stadium. It's home of the Vandegrift Vipers, and go Rangers.